Okay, so welcome one, welcome all. Thank you guys so much for being here today. This is Christian here. I am a trainer at Inside Real Estate with KV Core. I'll see if I can get my camera turned on here in just a second. I forgot to do that. But in terms of what I have reviewing with you here today, I'm going to talk about writing a blog. Okay. Now, these are next level strategy sessions. Basically, if you were here before, you might recognize that name. But this is just, a deep dive really into some ideas and tools and features here with KV Core. Now, I will say if you weren't planning on writing a blog, I would still stick around because this is actually really valuable in the world of, I would say, online marketing. Okay. Having a blog can go a long way. Now, I will say that some ideas and features and things that we're going to be reviewing here, I'm going to walk you through this. All right. But highlighting that feature and these tools in KV Core, I just want to emphasize that everyone here can use this a little bit differently. This is going to be something that I recommend to kind of just build up one's business. And the good thing is that I have some articles and some tips and ideas and featured tricks and how you can use KV Core to make these blogs, but also make them your own. All right. I like highlighting these tools in specific blogs, particularly because I feel like it's something that not a lot of agents use. And I'm not trying to point fingers at anyone here, but I guarantee a lot of you here that are listening right now probably have never even made a blog before. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how is this going to help with KV Core? How's this going to help my business? So, what I'm going to do first is we're going to talk about how you can build one. Then I'm going to go over some ideas, some ways you can use this. All right. And basically kind of leaving the ball in your court, making sure you have all the tools necessary. But, I can't do this for you, but this is going to be something that can really go a long way. Now, I'm going to open up my website first, just so you can see what this is going to be associated with in blogs. All right. So while my site's loading, let me take you through where you can find this in KV Core. It's in your Web and IDX tab. From this area here, there is a featured blog section. All right. This is what we're going to dive into here today. But with your website, the blogs are a resource that you can utilize for one key reason. You're going to build traffic to your website. You're going to get repeat visits. You're going to get people coming back to you, viewing your blog, going to your website, viewing your information again and again and again and again. Now, I want you to see something here. This blog area is right on the front page of my site, right on the home page. All right. If you don't have a blog yet, you're probably not going to see one yet, but you're going to do this here today. You're going to start one. All right. And what you're seeing right now is a blog post for roast chicken and lentil mix for healthy veggies and cheddar garlic broccoli and so many others. And you're looking at this and being like, well, Christian, can you make a blog about food recipes? Yeah, you can. I'll go into some more details and finer points here in just a bit, but let's walk through how you can get this set up. The blog itself with KV Core is a tool. That tool is designed to create repeat visitors. Now, I'll emphasize more of the reason why that's important in a bit, but it's a good tactic to market you. As a real estate agent in this real estate business, you have a unique standpoint, whether it be in the world of real estate, whether it be in your city, your neighborhood, your area, your expertise is probably a little bit more varied. And I would say it has more depth than a lot of people might realize. Now, these blogs, to build them out, you can click on again this blog section. Remember, this is in your Web and IDX tab here in KV Core. And if you click on blog, it's going to open up this page for you. Now you're already going to see some for me. I already have a blog. I'm already a cooking expert. Okay. But you're going to be able to start building this out from this little green tab here. When you click on this, all right, it'll open up a tab where you're going to have a title, you're going to have a content, a content, you're going to have content, and then you're going to have a publish date if you so choose. What this blog can be, again, you're going to be able to decide what this is, but you're going to place in the title, you're going to put in the content. And I will say that not everyone here, okay, needs to be super creative. I'm serious. I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but a blog, in my eyes, is something that you have at least a level of knowledge with. Sharing that knowledge through the blog is going to give folks a reason to come back to you. Now, I myself, a hobby of mine before I got into the world of marketing and real estate, I was really big into cooking, and then I worked in a restaurant for a couple of years and realized I don't want to do that. um, that doesn't mean though, like I don't have some kind of knowledge behind it. That's why I've made my blog about cooking. It's just something I am passionate about. It's something that I have knowledge about, something that I feel I can share, I can speak to, right? I'm not saying that none of you guys have, that same level, but did you go to schooling for cooking? Did you have some idea of how you wanted to talk about it? Do you make your own recipes? Do you have an expertise on the field, the subject, whatever it is? That's what I'm emphasizing here with these blogs. So for now, we're just going to stick with my basic example of a cooking blog. Okay. Now, the idea here, of course, is with this blog, I'm going to put in a title. What is this going to be for? Well, as you can see, some of my previous blog posts here, all right, have been discussing like the recipe, the information. And so I'll, maybe make some lightly floured let's just say chicken wings. All right. Now for the content itself, okay, I will say I do kind of get a little peeved when I go to a blog or a piece of information and that piece of information isn't right there at the front. So I'm not saying that with these blogs, you can't add in your own flavor, you can't add in your own ideas and your own concept, but whatever the content is, make sure that you start writing about it. Okay. Don't just like lead them on. Don't put in like an essay before you're going to offer them something, right? Like I'm not going to have the recipe for these lightly floured chicken wings at the bottom, right? I might have a paragraph introducing like what this is, what it means to me, and all that kind of stuff, and then have the content, like the recipe itself. So I'll have like the intro, maybe 2 or 3 sentences discussing what this is about. All right. And then I'm going to have the content itself, the details, the recipe, the information, whatever, place here. And then maybe I'll just space this out. And then I'll have like an outro with more info. Maybe a couple more sentences, maybe a paragraph or two. And I'm keeping this obviously specific to what this blog is about. Okay. Now with these blogs, you don't have to just use the simple system font here. You have different looks, different ways you can have this display, different sizing. Okay. Maybe with this, let's highlight it, change it to Times New Roman. Keep it a little bit fancier. I like the cleaner look, the cleaner cut to this. Now, following up with that, you can always just paste content in here. You can go find a idea or somebody else's blog. Okay. I will mention this. If you find information, like if you feel like you want to just share links or info or content instead of creating a blog yourself, which is fine, it's not bad. Seriously, it's just like a flip side to the same coin. The content that you would place here maybe has a spin on it from you. I'm just saying, like, if you go look for a blog or content, about information, featured idea, stuff like that. Okay. These ideas, of course, while originally they may not be yours, you can add your own spin on them. Information from a blog can go a long way. Folks, it's something that is very popular. It's been popular since the early 2000s, I would say. Blogs are the first form of social media. Guys, you know, before like MySpace and Facebook and Twitter and all these social media platforms that are still around here today, well, just going to say blogs are the original. I will also mention here that you can place other pieces of content. You can add images. This tool right here allows you to upload your own image either by grabbing a link to it or uploading it from your device. See, I can just put up an image in here, open it up, add it, save it. There it is. Maybe I take a picture on my phone, right, of the chicken wings here, and I upload it. Right? That's not a bad idea. I'm just saying, you know, adding content like that to these blogs is a good way to kind of drive information to contacts, to leads, to potential clients. This is what this blog is for. And I'm going to leave you with something here, and we're going to keep moving on with like the different type of content. But let me just ask you. You might be focused in the world of real estate 24/7, 365 days of the year. But you know who's not? Your clients. People that you know. Leads that I would say don't know that they're leads yet. I would say potential clients that don't know that they're clients yet. You can use these blogs for that reason. Oh, Christian's made some awesome recipes. You know what else he is? He's a real estate agent. I've just been using him for his recipes, but I can only imagine what he's going to do. He's probably going to find me a home with the best kitchen ever. You're right about that. I will always say my dream home is going to have the best kitchen ever. But like you can start to see where I'm going with this. The information, the constant blogging and info that I share and putting this out into the world will be of a benefit to anyone that follows me. And if I'm benefiting them, if I'm in the back of their mind, if I'm at the top of their mind, whatever, I'm going to be utilized from their perspective for either real estate purchasing or selling or referrals, anywhere in between. It doesn't matter. If I can get business off of somebody blogging or off of me blogging and them following that, then I'm going to go a long way with this. Now, one other piece here that I'll mention, okay, is that these blogs can also have videos. And I came across this a couple of months ago that somebody decided, well, I have a YouTube channel. And I'm not saying that you guys need to do this exact thing, but they have a YouTube channel, and what they're doing is they're using their YouTube videos, they're promoting their YouTube channel through these blogging tools on KV Core. You can insert a video into a blog. And have you ever heard the term vlog? Not blog, vlog, VLOG, right? People vlog all the time. Maybe I'll make a video recipe, right? And take this blog and place it here, or vlog, excuse me. Now, if you want to add a video to your blog, it's a bit different and it does require a little know-how, and I'm going to walk you through this step. So like you saw how I added images before. I could just upload and drag and drop or just browse my desktop for an image. With videos, it requires a little bit more know-how because you need to embed, it's a weird saying, you need to embed the video into your website. To do this, you need this tool right here. And to get this added, you see all this like weird coding? You need to take the code of a video and insert it into this. And I'll show you how to do it. What you're going to do is go find the video or upload the video, or if you already have the video, You're going to need to grab the embedded portion of it. So you're not just taking a link. With YouTube, it's very easy. That's why I'm sharing YouTube. And folks, I'll say this right now. If you don't have a YouTube channel, I'd recommend that you get one. This YouTube platform, okay, it is one of the most popular social media platforms in the world. It is. Whether you like it or not, whether you decide to use it or not, doesn't matter. Doesn't change the fact that YouTube is incredibly popular. Just a recommendation. Go make an account, make a channel. It is completely free. Now, with YouTube, I'm just going to stick with these videos here. You've got the video you want to use. Great. You're going to right click on the video and you'll see this option to copy the embedded code. I copy it. I go into this area right here, and then I can paste it in. Now, for a lot of us, I will say adding the video is not just it, okay? It's not just adding the video. You're probably going to have some content around it. What I do recommend, I'm going to delete all of this here actually, is adding the video first. So if you got a video that you want to share, you put in the code, and you're not done necessarily. You're going to have to edit this code. And I recommend this if you plan on using a video blog, a vlog. With the frame, the width, and the height, you want to change this. The width, you want to put it to 720, and the height to 480. So width, 720, height, 480. And the reason why is because when you have a blog on your site, whatever content's there, doesn't matter. It has a limit to its size. You'll see here with this blog, I added a video, but you've got this property search. You've got this other information over to the right side. This will be cutting off anything that goes past the 800 pixel count. That's why I said, when you bring this video over, you copy the embedded code, you change the width. I know it's like crazy coding knowledge, but I'm just going into the details. You can always review this for later. But right here, 720 by 480. That's the recommended size for videos. That way the video doesn't cross into like this bar here. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't make your site look ugly. That's a major factor in how you can start marketing information. Now, from the blog standpoint, you do not have to put in a video. You can stick with what I've done earlier, where I just put in the information, I put in the content, maybe a photo, and that's it. But you can also add a video itself. For now, though, I'm just going to keep this basic content. Add a video if you'd like. I'm going to save this, and it's there. And my recipe is ready. I have not published it yet, but as you can see, I've got it scheduled for a date and time. I'll publish it now, though. I can either save it as a draft for later, or I can publish it right here, right now. And that's what I'm doing. And now there is a link to this on my site now. I also have this option with these little copy board, this little clipboard here. I can copy this and I can share it. I can post this places. I can share this on my Facebook, my Twitter, anywhere. This content that I am posting out there, right, is content that I've built. Now, I'm going to share an article here talking about the blogs. Feel free to review this. Yeah, go ahead, put in blog. This article walk you through how you can build all of these tools out, everything that I've kind of just reviewed with you. There's written notes, videos, instructions, images, guides. This whole thing, the whole shebang, okay, is just there for you to use. This is just basic information and how to set up a blog. However, here's some writing tips for blogs. All right. When adding a post, there are certain guidelines, right? There's certain ideas and ways that you should have this set up. It's not a rule, but this is designed to help you. Now, remember this. A blog can be about anything. I have my blog about cooking. You can have a blog about your kid's soccer team. You can have a blog. The person that I knew that vlogged with their KV Core accounts, you know what they did? They did a makeup tutorial. I know it's not like appealing to everybody for that, right? It's not jumping out of the screen and talking to every one of your potential clients. You know, I don't really wear makeup, but it's still something. If you have expertise, if you have information about something, blog about it. Now, you could have like a lifestyle blog. You could have a business blog. But here are some tips to make sure that the blog is good. Titles. Making sure you have something that captures the eye of somebody, like homes for sale. Or instead of that, having the top 5 most interesting homes for sale. Utilizing the content. These are some good pieces, like making sure the post is usually between 200 to 500 words per post. And I'll say this right now. Being too long can hurt you just as much as being too short. Okay, so this is a good frame of reference. So here are some writing tips for blogs. And then I found this article a couple days ago, and I wanted to share this. Here, hold on one sec. Writing tips for blogs. There we go. So 189 creative blog post ideas that can delight your audience. All right. So blog ideas to scare away the tormenting blinking cursor. All right. So these are, to help anyone that gets writer's block, right? And I'll share this with everyone. This is a blog that I just found a couple of days ago, though, or a blog. This is an article talking about blogs that I found a couple of days ago that can really help. How to get started in your career. Guys, if you're a veteran agent and you've been in the business for 15, 20, 30 years, blog about it. Blog about what it means to be an agent, your ideas and things that you have and funny stories and, anything in between. Target a niche audience. That person that did, video blogs, makeup tutorials, that's not a bad idea. That's a niche target audience that they have an expertise with, that they have a speaking point or a talking point to. Good list of links that focus on a topic, an area, price points, homes, ideas, things about real estate. What marketing tips didn't work for you as an agent? So there are a bunch of ideas here. And I want you to kind of take this at your own pace, okay? But here are some ideas. I find that the best way for you to use a blog is to use information that you have knowledge about. Whether it be that you are just a novice or, kind of a newer person to the realm of real estate, or you've been in the business for 30 years. Your expertise in this business can go a long way. Now, the thing about blogs too is that they don't just have to be about real estate. They don't just have to be about cooking. They don't just have to be about the makeup tutorials or anything in between. They could be about it all. Your blog is yours. You talk about what you want to talk about. You offer ideas that you want to offer. That's the point of these blogs. People can interact with them. If they go to this, they can comment on it. Oh, you see that video there? I used the wrong version. I didn't make it the right size. Regardless, though. So these blogs that I'm making, they can be interacted with. People can leave comments. And also, look, views and comments themselves. You'll see this. And folks, even if you just get views, no comments, just imagine this: 15 views this week. Then you make another blog next week. Maybe you get 15 again, maybe 16, maybe 20. Then again, then again, and then again. You make a blog on a consistent basis. Maybe it's just once a week. Maybe it's just once a month. Maybe you just do a monthly blog. That way you can take it a bit easier, a bit slower. You don't have to come up with content all the time. You can just take it month by month. But if you do this on a regular basis, on a weekly format, maybe you do a daily blog. I mean, you could be that intuitive with this. You consistently provide content to a database, to a contact list, to your CRM, to your friends, to your family members, to anyone that's willing to listen, because they don't have to look at your content, right? But they can. They go view it again and again and again and again. Do you know what this does? Well, it improves something called search engine optimization. You give things like Google, yes, Google, the multi-billion-dollar corporation that's responsible for 99.9% of the searches done on the internet. You're telling Google that people are coming back to you again and again and again, whether it be 15 people or 1,500. If they keep coming to you for their blog, for whatever content you have for them, whether it be about real estate, whether it be about business, whether it be about your favorite cooking recipes, it doesn't matter. You are giving people a reason to come back to you, which is telling search engines like Google that this is what people want, that this is what people are looking for. And it helps build your website's search engine optimization. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody just looked up a recipe for chicken wings and found your website? It's kind of crazy to think about, but that right there has a huge impact on your business. Is it something that happens necessarily overnight? No, it's not. I'm not going to, beat around the bush here. I'm just going to tell you flat out, this is not something that happens instantaneously. But 6 months from now, when your blog, instead of having just 15 views, has 150 each week or each month, those 150 repeat visits, people going to your website, it is literally telling the world of the internet, including Google and search engines like it, that people like going to your site, that people like viewing your content. And again, I don't care if it's 5 views, 15 views, 1,500 views. It doesn't matter. It's still building that SEO, that search engine optimization. You're literally telling tools, one of the most powerful tools in the entire world, Google search engine, that people like your site. This data is collected from those search engines. It's telling Google, it's telling search engines that people like going to your site. Whether or not they're searching for it on Google or not is besides the point. The point is that people are going to it. So give them a reason to go to your website. These blogs are that reason. Like I said earlier, your leads, your clients, they are not invested in the world of real estate as much as you. They are not looking at listings 365 days of the year, but they might look at your blog talking about interesting homes once a week or once a month. They might go to your website and find the information fun. Take a look at this article here, though. See all of these different ideas. See what you can apply to your business in giving people a reason to view you, to look at your content, to pick Christian over the next guy, right? To pick you as the agent. Because whether it's you providing some awesome recipes or some internal information about the world of real estate or whatever, if you keep it consistent, if you put out content, if you give people a reason to come, they will come. They will visit you. They will look at you and they will use you. Whether or not they even become a client is not even the whole point, because you're still increasing the visitors. You're still giving people a reason to come back to you. Maybe they refer you to another one of their friends. Maybe they use you in the future, be it 6 months from now, 6 years from now, or never. You're still getting a benefit from this blog. So use it. So with all of that being said, I want to leave any kind of remainder of time for questions here. All right. I've gone over this now for the past 30 minutes, and I know it's really simple when you break it down. But what I want to emphasize here is that you should use this tool. Agents don't. It's a very commonality, a big commonality across the board for agents across the nation, that they just don't blog. Guys, you have a unique perspective in this world. All right. I'm talking about the world of Earth. I'm talking about the information that you have. You may know something that your next door neighbor doesn't, that your fellow agent doesn't, that, hey, anyone else in the business may not have. You have your own unique insight, so offer it. I can't tell you how many times blogs have influenced a business. I literally can't, because it's infinite. This is the original form of social media. This is what can drive business for you. You should be marketing yourself using blogs. You should be marketing your business, who you are. Being a real estate agent is not about real estate 24/7. It just isn't. I don't care how long you've been in the business. You know that when you have a conversation with a potential client or a client, that half the time you don't even talk about real estate. You talk about their days, their lives, their information that they want to talk about. So give people a reason to talk to you. That's what these blogs can do. So that being said, I'll open up the floor for any discussion. If you guys have any questions for me talking about these blogs, I'd love to answer them. If you have any questions talking about any other topics not related to blogs, you can feel free to ask those as well. But I do want to kind of keep this more honed in on those blogs. I do see a question from an anonymous attendee. You asked, what are the best ways that we can track lead activity for leads being assigned to the team? So what I will mention there, anonymous attendee, your CRM is always going to be a hub of where you can track activity with leads. If you are looking for contacts that are associated with the team and their activity, utilize the filters. And based under the assigned users here, you can look up contacts that are owned by the team, or by the agent, or by the company. For the team in specific, obviously, you look it up by the team, and you can apply any other number of reasonings, details behind the contacts, behavior behind the contacts. There are so many options there. You can apply the filter and just see those leads there. Don's there. You asked, how are market evaluations different from market reports? Well, market evaluations aren't necessarily different. That I would say is very similar to a market report. If you're talking about evaluations for listings, well, the difference there is that the evaluation is for the property. Okay. So Don's, if you're talking about that, oh, excuse me there. Let me just pull up Gimli here. I made him as a test lead. He has a market report. Okay. This is more associated with the area. Okay. Think of it as a market report is a section. It's a city. It's a neighborhood. It's a zip code. Valuations, though, or evaluations, are for a listing that uses market data to search and follow up with data associated with that property. So whether it be other listings in the area, that's besides the point. It's a part of it, of course, but it's focused on that listing. And it's usually pulling in data that's available from the market, but it's for the property. Market reports are for an area, a section of the city, a neighborhood, a zip code, that kind of stuff there, Dons. All right. And guys, I'll say this, make a market report blog. Why not? If you know the most popular areas, if you know the most popular like sections of the city or zip codes, like what's that show that was called after the zip code, the 90210 Beverly Hills or whatever, right? That's a popular section. If I lived in LA and I wanted to highlight the most expensive and crazy properties, maybe I make a blog about that and highlight that through market reports and show how the section of the city changes and its valuation and the 90210 zip code and how valuable it is. I can make a blog off of that. I'm out here in San Diego, so I have a bit of recollection of that area, that Southern California, but I'm in San Diego, a popular area that is extremely valuable. If anyone's been to California, a market report that I could like promote is La Jolla. La Jolla is it's like our Beverly Hills. It's an extremely wealthy part of San Diego. And I'm talking like the cheapest house is like $10 million, kind of cheap, like that's on the low end there. They have like $50 million homes. They have $100 million homes. Maybe I start like talking about those because, hey, it's provided from the MLS. These market reports can still pull in data from that. So, Don, it's not a bad question to ask. I know you said it's a general question, but still, maybe you build out a market report blog. Why not? Right. All right. So I'm going to give everyone maybe another couple of minutes to ask any questions. Okay. Otherwise, we can maybe head out a bit early. Right. Now just remember, guys, blogs, they don't have to be something crazy. A lot of people follow people just because of, I don't know, the content that they bring to the table. Right. There's a reason why platforms like YouTube, where people, make funny videos or just a nature documentary or whatever. There's so many videos on YouTube and people consume this all the time. People will listen to what you have to say. It's crazy to think, right? But it's the reason why so many things have grown over the years. Like, has anyone ever looked at, video game streaming? Like, I'm just saying this just from some of my own experience. People watch people play video games. Who'd have thunk, right? I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about. Why don't you just play the video game yourself? But it's true. People do that. If you have an expertise in the world of real estate, maybe you flipped homes before. Maybe you are a house flipping real estate agent. You've got a unique insight. You've got a unique perspective. Why don't you offer your tips and tricks for flipping a home? Could be a huge market where you're living. Could bring you a lot of business. All right. So give everyone a few more minutes here. Right. And I want to thank everyone for listening to me here today. I know blogs aren't the most exciting topic to look over, and you feel like maybe this isn't something that brings you a lot of business. But I will say, over time, people that have used blogs have increased their business a lot. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it here in KV Core. So why don't you have it for your business? There's no reason why you can't. Blog about your expertise, blog about your knowledge in real estate, blog about sports teams that you're fans of. Hey, are you guys big football fans? Maybe you talk about who's going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe you have a fantasy football league that you're a part of. I don't know. You can bring a lot to the table if you talk about stuff that you have an expertise in, that you have knowledge about. Maybe you just blog about being a single parent, or maybe you blog about your favorite recipes like I did. These are all things that you have the capability to do. Every single one of you listening right now has an option with these blogs. So build it up, make it yours, market who you are. You're not just a real estate agent. Your Anthony, your Eric, your Ivy, every single one of you listening right now has their own insight, your own unique perspective. We are all individuals. That is the best thing about being an agent in the real estate business. Everyone is different. All righty, folks. Well, it doesn't look like any questions are coming through. So just remember, I'm going to get this blog training here today. I'm going to post it onto our YouTube channel. Okay. Feel free to view that. I did share it earlier. Okay. Here's our YouTube channel. I'm going to share it once more again. Take a look at it. View the information, highlighting details about you, your business. Use what we've covered here today. So that being said, thank you all. All right. Hopefully you got a lot out of today. I'm going to let all of you go. Nobody seems to be asking any questions. So you guys have a great day. You stay safe. You be healthy. Hopefully we'll see you in some future webinars. Bye, everyone.